Right, when I was young, I had a very bad road accident. I had a compound fractured tibia and fibula of my leg, and I got my hip ripped out in a road accident. I was very athletic, and I was a boxer and did judo before that. I was told I wouldn't be able to do any sports again. So, I've always been a strong-minded person with a strong willpower, and I thought there's no way that I'm not going to do anything, you know. So at first I used to go cycling every day. I was on crutches because I couldn't walk for nearly 5 years. I used to go lifted onto the bike and cycle to Flamborough and back, and one of my friends would cycle with me in case I fell off to lift me back up. Then I would get back and go swimming to build my legs back up. I did this for a long time, so I got stronger and stronger and stronger. Then that incited me into learning karate for the leg stretching, for the kicking, and to get the developing of the power, because I couldn't jump about like a boxer anymore. So basically that's how I got into it. That was 1970-ish. And then I started doing Shotokan karate in Scarborough. When I first started karate, there was only one federation in the country, and it was the Karate Union of Great Britain, and it was called the KUGB. I still have my licence with my long black hair. And what the KUGB used to do was they used to bring Japanese martial artists from Japan to grade the students every 4 to 5 months in England, like in London at Crystal Palace, or Manchester, or Leeds, or Birmingham, the big cities. And you had to travel to the gradings. You didn't go to the gradings. You know, the gradings didn't come to you. You had to go to the gradings. If you couldn't afford to go, or you couldn't get there, it was hard luck basically. So Japanese experts as Oida, Sano, Hanazawa, Kato, Tomita. All these people, I have the signatures in my licence from when I first started with the Karate Union of Great Britain. I stayed with them for quite a few years, and then things started, people realised how much money was being made, I think, and then they started to make it political. So then the Japanese and the other people started to split. Okay? Started to split, and then there'd be the KUGB, the SKI, the KU's, different federations to try and make we want the money, we want the money. So I've always tried to be non-political. I like all martial arts, and I just think, you know, I'm not in it for the money, I'm in it for the passion. I'm a true martial artist, I'm in it for the passion, not the money. So I ended up training with other people. I lived in, when this all started to happen, I went to live in Canada for 2.5 years. I trained in Canada with a club called the Zen Neon, which was a Canadian Olympic team. I trained with them for 2 years in Canada. I lived in Tenerife for 3 years. I trained with the Tenerife in the karate, the Spanish karate, totally different style. I lived in Benidorm. I trained in Benidorm with the karate, and everywhere I moved, because I was a singer for my job, a singer. So everywhere I went to live abroad, when I was working abroad, I'd find the karate school and learn their karate, you see. But everywhere I went, because I've always been strong, Shotokan is very strong. Because I was very strong, everybody wanted me to end up helping to teach. So I went through the grades. For many years I didn't grade, because grades didn't really matter to the martial arts. Nowadays things have changed. There's a lot of people maybe getting to black belt or brown belt, leaving the school and then opening their own club and making themselves something called a soke, which is the found. Soke means, if a Grandmaster is a soke, it's his own federation. So he can be any grade he wants in his own federation. Okay? A soke can be any grade he wants, and he has to be the top man. Understand what I'm saying? So all my grades have been given to me by other Grandmasters, not by me making a soke. Okay? I've done for nearly 43 years of hard training, learning, through all the different Grandmasters in the different countries. All my grades have been given to me like this. But I still teach unpolitical. Sokeis, or anybody who comes from their own school, I always respect their grade and their belt, and if they tell me they're a black belt, I respect that. They're a black belt in their style. They're a 10th dan in their style, 9th dan, whichever. They're not a 10th dan in my style. Do you understand? What they should look for in a teacher is patience. A good instructor has to be very patient. A good instructor has to be very friendly, but firm. Very firm. Discipline, respect, and good manners is very important for martial arts. Martial arts isn't about fighting, it's about being able to protect yourself and also being able to help people. So martial arts is good because it's disciplined, it helps you to look after yourself, your family, to support law and order. It learns you a lot of wrongs and rights. But people must remember martial arts is mind, body and soul. So to be a martial artist, it has to be a part of your life. I must have taught thousands and thousands of people at the different clubs all over the years. I've taught in Canada, I've taught in Spain, I've been on seminars in Portugal, I've been on seminars in Germany, I've just been invited to go to seminars in New York and Florida next year, Poland next year, Germany again next year, and this is all because of what I do is good. I enjoy it because I'm giving back something I've learned. I'm passing my knowledge on. You know, to pass on is important, because if nobody passes on at the end, there's nobody left who knows anything. And when I do gradings at my club, my federation, we have a federation called the Martial Arts Federation Great Britain and the United Fighting Arts. We only accept a good standard. Because of the other people who are not starting their own clubs off very early, they haven't got the knowledge, so standards have been dropping in some clubs. So we try to keep a good level. We go around and inspect all our clubs who join us. We inspect them, we inspect the federations, we go do the gradings for them. When I grade my children, I bring other masters from other clubs to grade them. Then I stand back, and when I watch the children I've taught, I'm very proud then. You know, I think, I've done that. I've done that. You know, they're my students. It feels great. It's better than money. You know, the payment of seeing the children, the faces happy, and children are like, they give sweets. You give children rewards in belts, grades, say you're doing fantastic. They'll relate to you. I have children who are bad. I teach children with learning difficulties. Anybody, if you reward them with the work hard, or if you say, oh, you're doing brilliant, you're very good, it helps the confidence, it builds the person up. If the children are bad, or if they're rough, and if you say, look, I'm not going to let you do this, you know, if you don't behave yourself, you think, oh, we don't want to not be able to do this. So it has a good effect for bad people and for, you know, quiet people. Last year, when I went to Germany, I was made 10th Dan Grandmaster for the World Republic of China. I've been written into a book of history for the Prince Shadow Khan, which is the last living relative of Genghis Khan. I'm a Grandmaster for his federation, which is this. And this. This and this makes me a Knight to the Republic of China. Okay, so I have this, you've got to have the certificate as well, which I have, and the passport, which I have. It makes you a Knight to the Prince Shadow Khan of China, who is a Mongolian warrior. Like I said, the last living relative of Genghis Khan. Tony Finkenstaff is the main man in Germany for this federation, where there are thousands and thousands of people in this federation. It's very, very big. So since then, when I went to Germany and showed my skills, the Germans and the Russians and the French, they all invited me. We're very happy what you've done. Could you organise the next one for England? So they asked me to organise the World Gathering of the Masters here. So, which I have done. There was 2 or 3 other people going to help me, and, you know, but they never turn up. So it's taken me a year. It's taken me a year of a lot of hard work. This last, then when I went to Portugal in April in Portugal, I met people from Spain again, from Portugal. They also now want to join my affiliation and federation again. And so now the family is getting bigger and bigger. due to this. Everybody I met in Portugal, except for one person because he was hurt poorly. All the people I met in Germany at the seminar, all the Grandmasters have come here. Everyone. This is the first one of many. There's going to be more now. I'm going to do every year, I think, because everybody here, as speaking to the people, have loved it. They've said one of the best seminars. So I'm hoping next year will be twice as many people because they will tell their friends. You know, and I'm just so happy. I'm so happy and so proud, and so I'm very, very honoured that all these international martial artists, Grandmasters have come to my seminar. I'm so happy. I'd like to thank my students. My students have been very, very helpful. My high grades, Kevin O'Loughlin from the Lincolnshire Martial Arts has helped me so much. Adele Kendall, my wife Suzanne, my grandson. I have 8 students fighting in Japan for the world title, you know, which I'm very proud of as well. And it's just everything's just going bigger and better all the time. And I'd just like to thank everybody who did help me. It's because without them I couldn't have managed. You know, without them I couldn't have managed. And at the last minute, everybody's come on board. Do you need any? Can I drive that fee? Can I take these people here? Everybody in my school has just come on board. All the masters who's got here, every one of them has offered their help. And I'm just overwhelmed.
It's been brilliant.
Thank you. Thank you very much.